Hello and thanks for joining us on this Labor Day. I'm Jurnee Taylor and here are the headlines you need to hear right now at noon. Thousands of people are still trapped in the Nevada desert after storms turned the site of the Burning Man Festival into a muddy mess. In 7 minutes, what is next for festival goers? It's Labor Day, a time when we remember the sacrifices of everyday Americans who keep America moving. We're sharing a special tribute at 12:12. Plus, September is Hispanic Heritage Month. Central Arkansas celebrations are just over a week away, just ahead. Everything you need to know to join in on the celebrations with THV 11. But first, we have to acknowledge it is Labor Day, and a few of us are still laboring. Thank you, Nathan. Finally, there's that laugh.
But a bump, right?
That was good. That was good. Well, thank you, guys. Oh, well, look at this here. This turkey vulture. Having a good time out there in that heat. Nathan, even though it's a little warm outside and people are enjoying this Labor Day, grilling up, firing up the grills, some rain, some thunderstorms may be on the way. Is that what you told me?
A little warm, Jurnee.
Yeah.
We are really warming things up very quickly, though. It's 94 right now in the capital city, 90 in Conway, 90 in Hot Springs. See the clouds really blossoming over western parts of the state. And yes, I am tracking some showers and storms developing across the Ouachitas into the Ozarks. The strongest cell right now moving through Yell County. Another new cell has developed right very close to Danville. These are moving off to the north and northeast, so we'll get close to Mount Nebo State Park and expect that chance of more scattered showers and storms to develop here in central Arkansas as the day progresses along. Feels like number. It already feels like 102 right now in the capital city. Feels like 106 in Pine Bluff. Highs today, low to mid 90s area wide. But if you have outdoor plans, you got to keep a close eye to the sky with that chance of scattered showers and storms. That could produce some gusty winds, maybe some hail, also a lot of lightning and locally heavy rainfall. I'll have more on what the radar could look like throughout your Labor Day coming up.
All right, thank you, Nathan. Well, starting this afternoon with the crime alert, authorities are looking for the person who shot 2 people in Maumelle and then fled. The shooting happened Sunday at a home on Highway 365 North around 1:20 in the morning. Police tell us both people were shot and then taken to area hospitals and are expected to survive. Police say they have a person of interest they're trying to find, but they haven't released the person's name just yet. They say they don't believe anyone else is in danger. And in Garland County, authorities are turning to the public for help in finding a man who's been missing for more than 72 hours. The sheriff's office says 23-year-old Tyler Cheney was last seen Thursday afternoon leaving the Teen Challenge of Arkansas. That's a drug and alcohol recovery center on Walnut Valley Road. Cheney was last seen wearing a blue shirt, tan shorts, and he had a green backpack and orange suitcase. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call the Garland County Sheriff's Office. We also have a heads up for folks in Conway. You may have noticed more law enforcement officers and emergency vehicles near Baptist Hospital on the 1555 exchange. Well, that's because the Conway Police Department's SWAT team will be conducting training exercises. There is no need for alarm. They're just doing drills, and you can expect the training that's been going on all morning to end at around 2 this afternoon. We also have an update to a story we brought to you this morning on Wake Up Central. The fire we told you about at Mayflower Landfill is out. Fire Chief Ashton Tolliver says crews from the Mayflower Fire Department and 8 other departments were dispatched to the landfill shortly after 2 a.m. to a fire that wasn't your average blaze.
It's a mulch fire. Approximately 300 tons of mulch is what we've been told. It's from the tornado damage earlier in the year. They brought it all out here and it was mulched up.
Chief Tolliver says there has been no threat to the community and the fire is under control, but a crew is standing by in case of flare-ups. We'll have more on this fire tonight at 5 and 6. Now to Saline County, where parts of Benton are under a boil order this afternoon, thanks to a break in the main water line. It happened yesterday, and for a while, customers even had their water turned off. Those impacted include anyone on McCurdy from Kenwood to Green Hill, on Green Hill from Highway 5 South to those on Sheriff's. Benton Utilities has been posting updates on Facebook, and they say they'll announce when the water is safe to drink. And a THV 11 update, the city of Jacksonville is getting closer to finishing up work, rebuilding a popular park destroyed in the March 31st tornado. In June, we told you the city council approved more than $3.5 million to restore Dupree Park, but instead of just rebuilding, THV 11's Rebecca Brown shows us they're making the park better than before.
This is a brand new swing set here at Dupree Park in Jacksonville after it was once a place full of devastation after the March 31st tornado. But after nearly 5 months of hard work, it started to reclaim itself again as a pillar of the community. It's good to hear the sound of laughter again coming out of the playground at Dupree Park in Jacksonville, when just 5 months ago you can only hear the sound of construction.
We've been through a lot, and that's kind of an understatement, but our city employees, city staff, and all of our departments have worked so hard.
Dupree Park was in the March 31st tornado's line of destruction, where it wiped out almost everything here in its path.
The damage to Dupree Park totaled right at $3.6 million, and we are putting that much into it. We were bringing it back like it was, but better. Jacksonville
Mayor Jeff Elmore says the playground here is now handicap accessible and filled with brand new swings, slides, and kids ready to play. But we're not quite at the finish line just yet.
We still got some fencing to come in, shade structures coming over the top of the playground that's behind us, restrooms to finish, but we are getting close.
Kevin House, the Parks and Recreation Director for Jacksonville, says he thanks all the hands involved working diligently day and night to bring a park that glues this community together.
All of the Parks and Rec and other city staff have really put in a lot of hours to get us to where we're at and trying to get us to the finish line.
In Jacksonville, Rebecca Brown, THV 11 News.
Well, we're told the goal is to have everything up and running at Dupree Park by the end of December. Once that happens, the city plans to have a big ribbon-cutting celebration to welcome everyone back. Well, the TSA expects to screen more than 14 million passengers around this Labor Day, bookending the busiest summer travel period the agency has ever recorded. More than 227 million passengers have been screened since Memorial Day, and AAA says more Americans are headed abroad for the holiday, with international bookings up 44%. Overseas hotel and cruise bookings are also up. AI may help spread the word about the safety of COVID vaccines. A new study in Spain finds the AI tool known as ChatGPT is effectively debunking myths and fake stories about the vaccines. Researchers say it is a reliable source of non-technical information, especially for people who aren't doctors or scientists. Tens of thousands of attendees at this year's Burning Man Festival are monitoring the conditions, hoping to get out later today after being trapped in Nevada's remote Black Rock Desert because of the weather. Now on Friday, more than a half-inch of rain fell, turning the site into a muddy mess with limited access to food, water, and restrooms. Elise Preston has more from Reno.
With plastic bags wrapped around their shoes, or without any shoes at all, tens of thousands of revelers attending the annual Burning Man Festival in the Nevada desert have been trudging through ankle-deep mud in search of relief. After downpours flooded the region over the weekend, leaving porta potties unusable and limiting access to food and water.
We are not allowed out of the playa. The gates are locked.
The some 70,000 attendees were advised to shelter in place and ration supplies.
But you can see the clouds behind me. It's still raining.
Sherilyn Lee is taking refuge in her RV. She showed us her camp in the surrounding area.
For some camps, yes, food, water, ice would be a luxury.
Satellite images show just how massive the annual Counterculture Festival is. Thousands of artists, activists, and others attend every year. The Burning Man ethos involves taking everything with you and leaving no trace. DJ Diplo and comedian Chris Rock shared on social media that they walked several miles in the mud before being rescued in a pickup truck.
Okay, this is our attempt to flee.
Many others also made the muddy trek toward the main road, including first-time so-called burner Manny Kess from New York, who decided to leave early.
So after going back and forth for a couple of hours, I'm like, listen, I'm just going to go.
Kess says despite the setbacks, spirits remain high as Burning Man comes to a close.
People are just trying to say, hey, be careful, conserve, and we will get through this together.
Officials have postponed the festival's main ceremony from last night to tonight, the traditional burning of the wooden figure known as the man. Elise Preston, CBS News, Reno, Nevada.
Well, officials have confirmed one death at Burning Man after the wave of downpours, but the cause is still under investigation. Coming up, we're taking a moment to recognize the heart of America's workforce. A closer look at the unsung heroes who keep the country running in 2 minutes. But right now, let's do a check of your Labor Day forecast. Nathan?
We started off the day with lots of sun, Jurnee, but looking off to the west from our view 11, those clouds are starting to build, and eventually more showers and storms will develop across the region. Yes, you will have the potential there could be a gusty storm. I'll have more of the timing and also what the rain chances are for the rest of the week coming up.